We're speaking with Jamie Anthony today from Developmental Options in Idaho. And we're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about has been different for you at your facilities during the COVID and afterwards. I mean, I'm interested in what you had to change immediately and what that has evolved into today.
Yeah. So we have 3 facilities that serve kids and adults with intellectual disabilities in Pocatello. The major change that happened, of course, in the beginning was our school-age kids didn't have school anymore. And so trying to figure out how to teach them, have them interested in school without going to school was a challenge. They separate kind of, what I do at home is different from what I do at school, but the teachers would meet outside. They'd bring packets of information for us to work on with them, and we'd trade it out every week. We did online virtual tours of like zoos, or other places around the country to history, get them interested in different topics. So that was a major change for the school-age kids. And of course we were in lockdown, so we couldn't have visitors as far as family, so they were restricted as everyone else was. But trying to make things fun. So I would put together gift baskets for the homes with activities like, if it was warm, water balloons or arts and crafts or something that might be fun for them to do. Sometimes I would dress up in a cow suit along with it and make it fun and interactive and just get some smiles. So that was kind of like the beginning phases. As things moved on, we could do some outings as COVID had some improvements. Our local movie theater would do private movie rentals. So we could rent the movie theater for a private showing. So it would just be our staff and our residents, and that would give them a sense of normalcy to get out and have, a night at the movies. So it was fun. Yeah. So those are kind of some of the activities that we did.
And now what is the level of restriction, I should say, on the children and the young adults and the adults?
So being in Idaho, everything's open right now, so they're back in school, families can visit. We still do a lot of monitoring of, symptoms, are you having any exposure, those sorts of things, really pushing that vaccination the best we can. And we had our booster vaccine clinic right before I came out here. So we got that done, and we were able to get 8 more staff take their first shot. So it may not seem like a lot, but that's 8 more people than didn't have it before. So we're just encouraging everyone day by day to get that vaccine.
And so your visiting hours are now wide open. I mean, the families can come and do what they used to do.
Yep.
And they're involved in the activities with the children at school, or at the facilities as well as at home. How does that work?
They might check them out of the facility and take them home for a few hours. That seems to be the best option to kind of provide that safety for everyone. So they may, just go to the park or go to their house if they live in town and have some family quality time and bring them back home. And that seems to help out with that connection and that relationship.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, it must be great to have that open again to you. Because I know it must have been very confusing for the children, especially when they didn't have school to go to, and then all of a sudden they don't see their families at all either.
Yeah,
so
it's challenging when you're dealing with someone that has an intellectual disability and they're only 12 years old or 14, and they see mom or sister every other weekend, and now that stops, and that's hard for them to understand. We worked a lot with our speech and language pathologist to create social stories, help them understand what is coronavirus and why are there changes, and that helped with their overall concept of how things are moving and progressing.
And how did the staff adapt to all the changes?
They did well. They, I think it was challenging for everyone. It's just the unknowns of what's going to happen next, and
it's frightening for everyone.
What does this mean for my family, and trying to help them understand that we're trying to protect you as well as your family. But they did a tremendous job. We had some long-term staff that really did a great job at just bringing comfort and care and keeping that smile on.
Anything that you want to add that you think you're going to be doing in the future? Anything new that you're thinking of?
I think, just taking everything that we learned from COVID and being ready for the next big complicated issue that might come up, and how to support people, especially with any trauma and mental health issues that have come from this pandemic and how to move forward in a positive manner.
It sounds like a very healthy way to go about it, and that's the way everybody should be working now, is to learning from our mistakes and what we can do next time around.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie.